Hey, at this point, we've made enough episodes that now we can start to get super specific with topics that matter most to North Texas gardeners. I'm up here at Covington's Nursery with Nathan Dunham.
Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. And today we're going to take a deep dive into azaleas. We've talked about them before. They were on our top 10 list of blooming shrubs. They were also on our top 10 list of just shrubs in general for North Texas. But those episodes, if you haven't seen them, they're great. Check them out. They were broader in scope. Today, it's
all about azaleas.
It's going to be all about azaleas. So come on, let's grow together. So Nathan, first things first, tell me, why do North Texans love azaleas so much?
We love azaleas because they bloom off and on all spring, summer, and fall. They're evergreen and they can grow in afternoon shade.
Nathan, other than just deciding what color bloom I want, are there different types of azaleas?
Absolutely, there are several different types of azaleas. Here we have Bloom-A-Thon and Encore. Bloom-A-Thon and Encore azaleas are repeat blooming varieties of azaleas, which means you'll get blooms in the spring, summer, and the fall time. The primary difference between these two is Bloom-A-Thon seems to be a little bit more shade tolerant than Encore, but they would both prefer morning sun and afternoon shade.
And they come in different colors?
Absolutely. We have many, many different colors of both of those two types.
Now Nathan, what is this bad boy, this big guy behind you?
So this is what we're going to call an old school azalea type. These are the azaleas that you see on the Masters Golf Tournament in Augusta, Georgia, that are covered in blooms. A little bit closer to home, these are the guys that you'll see if you take a stroll through Highland Park in the springtime.
Yes.
They'll get so many blooms on them in the spring that you won't even be able to see the leaves. But they don't bloom in the summer or the fall.
So what I'm hearing is I have a choice to make. Do I want my blooms to be big and fabulous all at once, or maybe a little bit smaller show spaced throughout the year?
That's exactly right.
So Nathan, you've sold me that azaleas are going to be a great addition to my landscape, but next I want to know how, when, and where to plant them. Let's start with what time of year?
So the best time to plant all of your trees and shrubs, including azaleas, is the fall.
Oh, not the spring.
Not the spring. Fall is going to be the best time to plant, but you can successfully plant all 12 months out of the year.
In Texas.
Right.
Yeah. And then next, where in my yard will these azaleas be happiest?
So azaleas will do best where they get morning sun till about 11 or noon, and afternoon shade or dappled light.
What I'm hearing is that if I put them in afternoon sun, they're going to fry up.
They will not be happy.
Okay. And then next, my whole life I have seen something called azalea mix. So I'm getting the impression that there's a trick to planting these guys.
Absolutely. So azaleas need to be in raised beds. You want to elevate them above the natural grade.
This is for drainage.
Absolutely, yes. Azaleas love great drainage. And what we want to do is we want to mix 50-50 Covingtons Soil Builder and azalea mix. And this is the one time we'll tell you just to get rid of all of the clay.
Just throw it out.
Exactly right.
And so what does the azaleas do? What the azalea mix doing?
So the azalea mix helps add acidity to the soil.
Because azaleas love the acidity, they hate our alkaline clay soil. Makes sense. And then how do we keep these guys happy once we planted them?
So we want to make sure on our azaleas that we're top dressing with pine bark mulch.
Okay.
And we use pine bark mulch because it adds acidity.
Specifically pine bark.
Specifically pine bark.
Okay, so again, It's all about the acid.
And then we want to fertilize 3 times a year with the Happy Frog acid-loving plant food. We'll do it in spring, early summer, and fall.
Happy Frog equals happy azaleas. That's easy to remember. Nathan, thank you so much for talking to me today. I bet that's heavy, so I'll make this quick. But I do have a couple takeaways. What I'm hearing is that an azalea needs to be planted in a properly prepared raised landscape bed. It needs special soil. It needs added acidity. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this is sounding to me like a plant for an intermediate gardener.
That's right. Azaleas are not as easy to grow as, let's say, a holly, but the payoff is worth it.
They are. The flowers are beautiful. And whatever your gardening skill level, come up to Covington's and see us. We'd love to see you. And let's grow together. So we're standing here in front of my mother's one azalea, the one.
The survivor.
Okay. But now that I know what I know about azaleas, I'm wondering, is there a reason that we don't have more in the yard? We certainly have the shade for it. So what is the deal?
The other ones didn't like my yard. But this one
Okay.
did. This one does. This one loves my yard. I say,
What I'm hearing is that you killed a lot of azaleas.
I've killed a lot of azaleas, yeah.
Do you think maybe you're not doing something right?
I believe that you've hit that right on the spot. Something, I think it needed more care than what I've done.
You were
And
in luck. I have an episode for you to watch. It's all about azaleas. I think it's going to be perfect for you.
I need to watch that.
Yeah.